Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you for being here today. My name is Carla Cruz. I am the Family Engagement Specialist for the Open Choice Program, and I just want to take a quick minute and just to say thank you to all our new families who are coming in and joining us this afternoon in the midday. Again, thank you so much for selecting our open choice program and being part of our new family. So first thing, I just want to say thank you for that opportunity. So we are super excited that you have chosen our program, and our open choice staff is here and accessible throughout the summer to be able to support you for any questions that you may have. And today's topic is a big one, right? Today is registration and transportation. Without those two, it will be probably nearly impossible to come into one of our schools of your choice. So I'm super excited to welcome you all to this session today of registration and transportation. With that, I want to be able, I know many of our team is not available right now to join us in this session. We look forward that you come back to our family orientation come in the fall, in end of August, so that you can meet them all. But I'm going to give you a quick, walkthrough of who our members are and who they are. So we have Christina Jordan. She's our director of school choice. We have Curtis Rodriguez Porter. He's our program manager. We have Callie Bostic Garner is our operations manager. We have Renita Essa, which she's actually here with us, and she will be presenting. She's our outreach and enrollment coordinator. We also have Rudy Thomas, who's our student service coordinator and social worker. He's also going to be talking to us a little bit more about our transportation. Tanisa Turbone, our behavior support specialist. We have Gloria Francesca Mengual, who is our diversity and inclusion coordinator. We have Lauren Allen Jones, our college and career advisor for all our high school students, right? We also have a team of resource specialists for every level, elementary, middle, and high. So we have Kim Guzzo for elementary school resource specialist, Jenny Maldonado, middle school resource specialist, and Celia Noe, high school resource specialist. Please visit the Open Choice YouTube channel. There's videos there of each of our staff introducing their role and how can they best support you and your family in this amazing transition to our open choice program. Please, I want to make sure I encourage you to visit our website, where our open choice, www.crec.org/choice. If you take a screenshot of today's presentation right now, there's a cute little QR code next to it. You can utilize that QR code, and it will take you straight to the Open Choice website in our CREC page as well. So I just want that quick reminder of that as well. And now we want to get started because we want to be cautious of everyone's time. Most of them probably in lunchtime. So we are going to allow our colleague Renita Etzel to talk to us a little bit of our outreach and enrollment program and our registration. So Renita, I'm going to give it to you, and you can introduce yourself to the families and take us in our little detour to registration process.
Absolutely. Welcome, everybody. My name is Renita Etzel, as she stated. I am the Family Resource Specialist at RESCO and also the Enrollment Coordinator for Open Choice. And I'm delighted to be able to share information with you. I'm also a proud graduate of this program. When it started in 1966, it was called Project Concern. And as a Hartford resident, I was able to attend school in West Hartford. Started in 3rd grade and graduated from Conard High School. So I have direct knowledge and experience of what some of you will be going through, but I was so passionate about the program that it made sense to come back and support, to try to help families and students have the same great experience that I've had. So look, we're going to talk a little bit about the registration process, and a lot of you that received, especially the reminder, are those that are not complete yet. And it's very confusing, so we apologize, but we try to make it as family friendly as possible. There is a 2-part there are two parts to this registration process. The first part is registering in the district. So once you accept the seat, the district will contact you, or we provide the information for you to contact them, get started, complete that registration. Once you do that, and a lot of parents are confused when we call to follow up. They're like, I did it, I completed it. But either the registrar wasn't as clear, or because most schools don't have a two-step registration process, you thought that you were done. But we want to urge you and to let you know that there are two parts. If you've completed in the district, within about 5 days or so, you'll get an email from us with a link that's personalized to complete your child's online open choice registration. And there are a couple of documents that our system will require you to upload. So we wanted to encourage you to do that. District registration, if you haven't started that yet, we need you to contact that person. We've probably sent several reminders. You might want to search your inbox or junk inbox for the word registration so that you can find that email. If for some reason you can't find it, feel free to email us at ocregistrationlist at crec.org. And that list at the end is spelled L-I-S-T, so that we can just ask us, can you please resend the registration email, and we'll get that out to you. So you're not complete until both registrations are completed, because our open choice system connects to the transportation process. And we'll talk a little bit about that later, but you will not get transportation if the open choice registration process is not complete, because you're not in our system, and transportation exports information about new students and changes in student information to be able to prepare the bus routes. So again, failure to do both of these registrations will either allow you to lose that seat, or your child will not be able to start school on time with bus transportation. And I think that captures it. We will be opening it up for questions at the end. So if you could just jot down your questions, we'd be more than happy to answer them. So we want you to have on-time transportation. Delaying completing both registrations will put you possibly on a late transportation schedule, and that's what we're trying to avoid.
Thank you, Renita. Thank you. Yes, this is so important, parents and families who are here with us, joining us, and those who just came in and joined us. This is such an important, vital information. So please chat your, so that if you don't want to forget your question, you can just put it in the chat, throw it in the chat. Our staff will be able to access those questions and answer them, but we are going to have some space at the end so that we can hear your questions and be able to answer that as well. With that, I want to follow up with Rudy Thomas, who's our Student Service Transportation Coordinator, who I also want to introduce Kiana Jackson, who's here with us as well, part of the transportation team. Now, these are two individuals who you must need their contact information, shut it down, put it in a piece of paper, because they are the ones who are going to support you through this journey of transportation through the Open Choice program. So I would, with further ado, I want to make sure that I want to introduce Rudy, and Rudy take over and talk to our parents about the RISCO transportation process. Rudy, you have to unmute.
Hi, welcome, and I'm glad that you're here. I just want to make sure that you understand that you can go on to crec.org and go into our transportation solutions, and you can see the information that's there on the screen. I'm just going to give you a quick view, some things that you should know. Number one, it's very important that you do complete your OC registration, because once you complete that OC registration, we'll then be set up for transportation. So it's a two-part registration, as Renita has said. And once you registered with Open Choice, it'll come to, the information will go straight to Kiana's office. Kiana is our transportation liaison for the Open Choice Department at RESCO. And I'm the coordinator right here in the Open Choice office. So we're a team, and I love her. We can't do anything without her, So she is my everything for transportation. And together we work it out, so that any questions about transportation is important. One of the most important thing is that once you get your bus stop information, you must make sure that you're at that bus stop at least 10 minutes before that bus arrives. So let's say if your bus comes at 7:50, you should be there at 7:40. And you should be there until 10 minutes after 8. So it's 10 minutes on either side of that 7:40 time that the bus would be there. And that's because of the transportation, any kind of traffic problems that may cause it to be too early or too late. So once it's late, beyond those 10-minute windows, you would contact us or contact the RESCO office, and they will have the number for you to contact them immediately after you've missed that bus. Because if they were late, we can find out where the bus is at and make sure it gets there. If they came too early, we might be able to contact the bus to go back and pick your child up. But if you're late because for whatever reason you're late, then the bus won't come back to get you. That's important. So those are the things that are very important. And when the children get on the bus, they must have their mask unless anything. We haven't had any new changes yet with COVID. So that although some people may be vaccinated, most of the children will not be vaccinated. So you still must have on your mask, okay? And they will try to sit the children to seats by themselves, or with their siblings. And sometimes they may have to sit next to another student. There's ventilation on the bus, so that air will travel through the bus for the students. And so that's very important. And it's a long ride. So they have to obey the safety requirements, and they must have their mask, because if they don't have the mask, the driver may have a mask there for them. So that's important. And we respect safety on the bus. That's very important too. And that children can get a little antsy riding for a long time and get on each other's nerves sometimes, And so we have bus conducts, kids must keep their hands to themselves. They must sit in their seat. They're not supposed to walk around on the bus while the bus is in motion. They're not supposed to swear, throw things all around. And if they do such things as that, they will be written up and receive a conduct report. That report will go to the school, and it would come to us and myself. And so that we would contact you, the school would contact you and let you know what's going on with the student, and try to get that student to correct that behavior. When there's accidents, the parents are notified immediately if there's an accident. If the bus is running really late, parents will be notified within a reasonable amount of time if the bus is going to be delayed. And also they have bus delays when it snows or have late openings. It's usually 90 minutes. And Kiana can jump in anytime if I miss anything. But those are the things those are some of the important things that we think about when you talk about safety on the buses. And the goal is to try to have the children on the bus no longer than 90 minutes. That's the goal, no longer than 90 minutes. And a kid's bus stop can be less than a mile or less from their home. And we're aware that some people are concerned about Hartford, and they say a lot about Hartford as being a very high risk area. So no matter where you are, there can be some semblance of violence sometime and active. We try to work through that to make sure that people are safe at bus stops, and we do the best we can with that. But there's some things. The only thing we may not be able to do is change some of those stops. Well, if we can change a stop, and it's equitable for the entire bus, then they'll do so, because there's other kids on that bus. So they won't be able to change that bus, because once they change that bus stop for you, everybody's time would change. Everyone's time would change. And some parents don't want that time changed because of their own schedules that they've made. So we try to do the best we can when we first get you assigned to those seats. So once your children are assigned to those seats at the beginning of the school year, look at those stops, and they should be pretty close within the walking distance to your house. If there is some reason, some problem with that bus stop, you contact Kiana, you contact myself, and we'll see if there can be any kind of adjustment. May not be, but at least we can look to see, because things do change and things do happen. But we want to make sure that, and most importantly, when you change your phone number, please, 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 just don't call the school and forget about us. You have 3 people to contact: the school, transportation office, and our office, so that we will all have your phone number. And that's important, because if a child is, if you are not at the bus stop for a first grader, second grader, or even a third grader, if the parent or guardian or someone is not at that bus stop when they drop that child off, they won't drop that child off. They'll take that child straight to our office and won't release that child until you come and get them. And if we don't have the right phone numbers, we won't be able to contact you. And that's very unsettling, especially for the child, because they'll sit in that office for a while before they can get in touch with you, and you'll be going crazy trying to figure out where the child is. So please do give us your correct phone number. Every time your number change, let us know. And the same with when you move, let us know. Because if you move, that means your bus stop has to change, and we have zones, and you may be in a zone that's in the north end, and then you move to the south end, that's a whole different zone and a whole different bus stop and a whole lot of other things that's going to change. So we would need them to be informed of your information at all times, because there's no telling what could happen. So we got to have that information. So make sure that we always have your correct address when you move and your correct phone number when it changes. Very important. I think that pretty much covers some of the most important things to think about when you're talking about transportation with our open choice program. And if I miss anything, Kiana's right there. And like you said, at the end, if you got questions, we can try to answer those questions at the end of the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Rudy. Kiana, do you want to step in and just introduce yourself to the families, and if anything that Rudy missed, you want to touch base?
Hi, my name is Kiana Jackson Ash. I'm the Open Choice Family Liaison. Mr. Thomas pretty much covered everything. He did touch on telephone numbers and addresses. That's very important. Not only if the student phone number has changed, and we need to get in contact with them in the event that they're at our office, but also if there's an accident or there's a bus delay, we can't contact the parents and let them know what's going on if we don't have the information. And then a lot of times what we end up doing is either we have to contact the school or we have to contact Open Choice to get the information. So it's very important that once anything changes, whether it be a phone number or an address, that you contact us and let us know so that we are all on the same page. There is a slide, not a slideshow, but a video that was created in transportation by a coworker who's also a family liaison. Cassie Little did a video, a couple minutes, probably like 10-15-minute video explaining who we transport, what we do as far as transportation, our zones and things like that. And that information can be found on our website at www.crec.org. /transportation. There is also a request for information form there as well. So if you have questions and you need additional support, what you'll do is fill out the form, and either myself or Cassie will get the information, and then we'll reply to you with whatever information you may need. So the form is not up yet, but it will be probably the second or third week in August. That is also when we expect to get bus transportation information sent out. There was a fair last Sunday, that I attended, and a lot of parents came and had questions. I didn't see too many Open Choice parents, but there were a lot of parents there who had questions about transportation and stuff. My number is here on the screen. If you guys ever have any issues or need help or support, you can contact me or Rudy in the event that you need something, or if I can be of assistance to you. And as Rudy stated, a lot of times parents are concerned about the bus stops that are created in the neighborhoods and are feeling like the stops are not safe. And, you know, we can absolutely work with you in the event that we can make a change to the bus stop, but currently we're not able to make any changes to bus stops until mid-August. And that's because we have to make sure that all students have transportation, and that we're also working on late registration. So we can't make a change to a bus stop right away because you deem it unsafe, because we have to make sure all students have transportation first. So that's our first priority, is that all students have transportation, and then we'll work on safety issues and things of that nature. I think I pretty much covered everything. So I'll give it back to you, Carla.
Thank you, Kiana. Awesome.
You're
Great,
welcome.
great information, Kiana. Yes, absolutely. Please don't hesitate to call the 3 steps that Rudy has mentioned in regards to any transportation concerns. With that, I'm going to introduce Shelby Caballero. She is our family resource specialist, and she is going to talk to us a little bit about frequently asked questions that many of our families are asking us. And there's some in the screen, and she's going to share the question that is being asked for by many of our parents, but also giving us the answer to those questions. So Shelby, I'll give it to you.
Thank you, Carla. Hello, everyone. Like Carla mentioned, I am Shelby Caballero. I am the Family Resource Specialist for the Regional School Choice Office, as well as the Open Choice Program. And I'm happy to continue answering any questions. I've gotten a few questions on the chat, so I would encourage you to continue communicating your questions as needed. So the first question on our FAQ presentation we have, if I change my mind and decline the seat, will I remain on the wait list? Specifically in reference to the Open Choice Program, you may remain on the wait list for another school district. If seats become available in the school districts that you applied for, there may be a possibility to remain on the wait list. Yes. However, only for Open Choice districts. This does not include to remain on the wait list for magnet schools. So automatically keep that in mind. If you're waiting for a magnet school, just keep in mind that once a placement is offered through either program, that will be the one offer program that you will receive. Our next question is, my children are in different towns. How do I get them into the same town? So in particular for this year, RESCO and the Open Choice Program has made accountability to hopefully place as many students in the same district for the upcoming school year. So we are currently working with some families that, as long as they've made us aware that they've applied for the district or are in the process of wanting to apply for the district that their first child got placed in, then we'll make every effort to make sure that the other student and further students get placed in the same year. However, because the schools and districts vary, it may become difficult to request for additional seats in the district. If the district does not provide a particular grade in that district, chances are you may have to reapply for the following school year, starting in November. Next question, what should I do if I move? So particularly for Hartford residents, if you move within Hartford and it's during the school year, you must inform, like Mr. Rudy Thomas mentioned, all 3 entities, your district, the Open Choice Program, and the Transportation Department. So just keep that trilogy in your mind. When you are moving from one zone to another zone in Hartford, you must inform all 3 offices. Usually the district is very good to process the information for you for transportation, but I would always give the families the information to call all 3 just in case. And obviously with a change in mind or a change in request, it may take some time for the new bus stop to take in effect. Now, on another note, if you move out of Hartford, that automatically disqualifies you from the program. So it's important that if you are participating through this program, it's because you plan to remain a Hartford resident throughout the experience. So keep that in mind. The only way that your child can remain in the district that they're currently in is to move into that district. Some families have had a good opportunity to move in the district themselves. But moving out of Hartford, keep that in mind, it may disqualify your child's education through the Open Choice Program. Our 4th question down is, what should I do if my bus stop is too far? So like Ms. Kiana Jackson has mentioned, which is more details for me to understand too, they will Transportation will receive a request through the information that was provided on the transportation website, and that can be shared again. So you must make sure that if you feel that the transportation stop is too far and you want to be reconsidered for a closer bus stop, you have to put in a change of request to see if there's a possibility to bring a closer stop. However, it's not guaranteed that the bus stop will be provided. So just keep that in mind when requesting a closer bus stop. Our fifth question is, my child has an IEP. Who should I call to discuss my concerns? Usually with the open choice districts, the new districts should be receiving that information on the registration at hand. So if you suspect that the information that your child's previous IEP or previous SPED information should follow through for the new district, make sure that you're communicating that with the districts first. The districts are always requesting and always asking for transfer of information from the previous district to their new district. So I would always recommend families to keep in close contact with your new district, just as you would with Hartford, for example. If you were a Hartford resident, you would do the same thing with your new district. And then open choice, like Carla mentioned, we have our support specialist team that is going to also provide extra needed support in case, families are Spanish speaking, familias en español. We have, families support specialists that will assist with any PPT information and PPT support as well. I am on the sixth question is it possible to change towns? So this in particular, you can. There's always an opportunity to change your town. But obviously, with changing a town, you must go through the lottery. So anytime you want to reconsider another town, especially for the following school year, because the same school year that you're applying for, there's very limited seats. We will do our best to accommodate a new town if seats are available in the same district, which is why I bring to the question on number 1, will you remain on the wait list? If you decline your seat for the open choice for a first town, there's a possibility of another town being available. Just keep that in mind. Anytime you want to reconsider a new district for the following school year, you have to reapply through the RESCO lottery starting in November 1st of 2021 will begin again. So I hope I answered the questions in detail, but as always, I would welcome anybody to continue contacting us and keeping in contacting with us in the Open Choice program, because we've always made our office available for the families, especially our new families and our old families as well. So feel free to give us any chats or call us. We are available Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. the latest. And our Welcome Center number is also provided via the chat below. But for anybody listening, our Welcome Center number is 860-509-3700. And that will conclude the FAQ section of this presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Shelby. Thank you. Amazing. Yes, really important questions. And that will put an end to our presentation as a whole. So now I'm going to stop sharing my screen so that I can see everyone's faces, as I'm limited sharing a screen and also being able to see everyone's faces. And for those who actually want to have questions for our staff here. So I'm going to stop sharing. And at this moment, we are going to open up for any questions that our families may have for our staff. You can unmute yourself, and I know Ilaris de Jesus, you have your hand raised. Please feel free to unmute yourself and state your question.
Hola, buenas tardes. Déjame ver si me pueden ver por aquí. Yo tengo una pregunta porque mi niña es de educación especial. Estamos en la transición de cambiarla de escuela para Canton, creo que lo estoy pronunciando mal. He tratado de comunicarme con Denise Condon, que es de Hartford Public School. Entonces ando un poquito como perdida. porque necesito un PPT, pero también necesito saber el proceso de la transportación. ¿Tendría que ser a través de ella o yo puedo tratar de hacerlo de la transportación por mi propia cuenta como mamá?
Sí, gracias, Idarí, por tu pregunta. La primera sugerencia que sí tengo es que trata de terminar el proceso de registración lo más antes posible. Simplemente porque el proceso de registración del distrito y de Open Choice es lo que se van a comunicar en sistema sobre la información de antepasado. Si Hartford tiene información que debe de informarle al distrito nuevo como Canton, el proceso de registración es lo que es necesario para completar. Después, cuando esté completado ya las dos fases, si hiciste el de distrito y el de Open Choice, nos aseguramos de que el servicio de SPED o el PPT se continúe ya para el año escolar, bueno, antes pasado del año escolar. Pero sin la registración completada no se puede asegurar que el estudiante va a recibir los servicios de antepasado, del antedistrito. Por eso es importante tener los dos procesos completados y lo que sí quiero darle es que sí se mantenga la comunicación con el distrito nuevo para que ellos tengan esa información lo más antes posible.
Ok, otra pregunta. Entonces, exactamente cuál sería el proceso para yo poder registrar. Me gustaría si una persona, ¿verdad? Luego que terminemos la orientación se pueda comunicar conmigo, me pueda llamar y explicarme en español porque pues se me hace más fácil para no seguir tomándole más tiempo, ¿verdad? A la presentación ni quitarle más tiempo a los otros papás. Si me podría alguien contactar, pues yo podría hacer ese proceso porque ando como que un poco perdida para hacer el proceso.
Entendida. Yo tengo su número por el chat y yo me comunico con usted sobre el progreso que tienes actualmente. ¿Está bien? Gracias.
Gracias.
Any other questions? ¿Alguna otra preguntas?
Hi, this is Serena. Hello, Renita. Hello.
Hi. good to see you,
Long
Faith.
time no speak.
Good to put a face to the name.
Yes, sorry, I'm wearing the ball cap. I've been doing meetings all day. I just wanted to go ahead and thank you again for, we're getting everything underway for Granby. So basically I should just wait for Aurora for me the next week to accept her for Granby as well. And then I can start the process of, because Lucius is already registered through the school and I did the CREC registration. So then after that, go and finish her registration with Granby. She also has a 504. She's diabetic, but she handles it completely. She's wonderful with it. But and then that's how after that process, that's when I go with the registration for the transportation. It'll come to me as a link.
So that's our registration process will come to you as a link. Once you finish Granby's, then you'll get our email with the link. Once you complete that, then it will be, once it's approved, that will automatically get fed over to transportation when they do an export of our system. So there's nothing that you need to do there. It's kind of an automatic process once you complete our registration.
Okay, fabulous.
Yeah.
Well, just by any chance, because we've gone by the schools, I used to live up by Granby in Southwick, Mass.
Okay.
So I know the area. Will they be on the same school bus? Because I know they go at different times, or is it two separate school buses? Because he's kindergarten and she's high school.
More than likely two separate buses.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right. I was just curious about that.
And then Kiana or Rudy can confirm that.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm still in the process of getting him really interested in taking a bus because he thought I was going on the bus with him. My grandson was just, but all right. Well, then that's great. I've been obviously keeping up with my emails and all our phone conversations. So I will
Great.
just look out for everything next week. see if she accept it, and I'll just keep on following and doing the process.
Okay. And it
Thank you
might
so-
actually be before this week is out. So
Okay,
just check, I'd say by Thursday to see, and if
Okay.
not, maybe Monday.
all right, fabulous. Okay, thank you.
You're
Thank you so
welcome.
much, everyone. Thank you.
Any other questions? ¿Alguna otra pregunta? Great, so that will conclude our session. I just want to remind the families, our new families, I have some goodie bags for your kiddos. So be in the lookout for an upcoming email. I'm going to be going around the parks in the city, 3 Bushnell, hopefully Pool Park, and hopefully Kinney Park. And we're going to be there for an hour. We're our welcoming bags for our kiddos. So if you have some free time and we'll be able to can stop by and pick up a bag for them, that will be great. If those days don't work out for you, shoot me an email. My contact information is in the presentation, and we can coordinate something that you can pick up here at Craig Central. Okay, so I again welcome and thank you for being part of this presentation. This presentation will be repeated this evening at 6 p.m. Register via the same link provided on the flyer. So if you know of any families who was not able to attend this presentation, ask them to register, and we will see them this evening at 6 p.m. Again, thank you for participating with us, and welcome to the Open Choice program. Have a
Thank
great
you.
day.
Thank you.